In the case of nuclear or radiological fallout, people living around potential targets. You shouldn't leave your shelter until officials say so.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Citizens are advised to take the following steps. Stay alert to news media events or local emergency alert notifications.
I know you thought that this got canceled, but let's look back on last episode of the Big Red Button Podcasts.
Robo-brain chassis, no brain, outfitted with neural network that we called Philip.
Oh, Philip. Great, you've assigned a name to him.
Functional Intelligent Logic Interface Platform.
F-I-L-I. Oh, Philip. Oh, I got it. Yeah, it's an acronym. That's clever.
Do you have a Phyllis?
Isn't Phyllis the name of Crazy Carl's?
What is Phyllis? Do you know friend long time?
Crazy Carl has the robot. That's who we're getting the fusion core for.
Security manager. Very dangerous man. Leave with secrets. Inside of robot named Philip. Head of security name, Carlos Mendoza.
What?
What? Wait. Sorry. When did he leave the vault?
He left approximately less than 1 year ago.
Master Winger, how long has Carl been on the outskirts of Dustridge?
Yeah, he's been here for about 10, 11 months.
Son of a one-eyed
The Crazy Carl could be Carlos Mendoza, and Phyllis could be Philip? Oh my God.
Officer Mendoza, very manipulative, very dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what, this conversation was so normal that I'll probably forget it forever because it doesn't have any bearing on my life. I'll see you later, Carl.
Bye.
Now that you mention it, there were moments here or there that he did seem more like with it than others.
You're so sloshed out that you ain't gonna remember nothing, you dummy.
Remember what?
You're not even gonna remember that my name is Carlos Mendoza and that I've got secrets that the whole vault system needs to know. And I'm gonna be letting out of here soon.
You guys have been good little boys. We meet at Harrison in 2 night times. I bring you weapons and help you with your cannibal problem.
Welcome back to the big button that also happens to be russet colored. Maybe
That's how I get my voice ready.
Mauve? No.
Look,
it's
this
red.
voice
It's
takes a
red
lot
button.
out of me.
The mauve button. Is it mauve or mauve?
It's mauve, of course.
Is it? On Hey Arnold, they called it mauve because he was the Mauve Avenger. Yeah.
I remember.
Do you remember that?
Thank you for waking that memory up for me now.
I use that as a defense against mauve more than just this time.
Mauve?
Because-
Hold on. Here's what we're going to find out. First of all, this is the big red button. Welcome if you're here for the first time.
Hey, we're
we do
doing our new
recommend-
spin-off podcast, Hey Arnold Deep Cuts.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're doing a Hey Arnold role-playing game set in post-apocalyptic
Everyone ready?
future.
Everyone ready?
I
Here we
am
go.
down for a Hey Arnold Deep Cuts. Hey Arnold.
Everyone, here we go. Here we go.
Mauve.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah,
Google?
well, that's not how Hey Arnold
Mauve.
says it, or
Oh, it's mauve.
any of those
mauve.
guys.
Well,
Who says it mauve?
Well, if Hey Arnold
Yes.
says it, it's authoritative. That's
Ew.
just the way I live my
They all
life.
got together and they decreed.
So, according to Wiktionary, the UK says it mauve to rhyme with stove. And it rhymes with Pavlov in the American way.
Wait,
Or
it
also
rhymes with stove, or they did it on purpose so that way it rhymes with stove?
The Canadian and UK version, or way of saying it, is mauve. The American and
Scandinavian
I
version.
think it might just be the American.
I just Googled the Mauve Avenger and I'm like core memory unlocked right there.
I think there's going to have to be some sort of mutant that is Arnold, and the mutation made his head really wide.
1000%.
Yeah. But he's also he's always in pain because his head isn't shaped correctly.
Yeah. Wait, now I'm curious.
But he's also he's actually a secret superhero where he lives called the Mauve Avenger.
You said it right.
Because the radiation also botched his tongue up, so he can't say mauve right.
Also, he's an unintentional cult figure, and one of the leaders is Helga Pataki.
Yep.
Because she has that shrine of gum.
So far off. This is the big red button.
We're actually getting closer to the big bad guy. You guys are closer than you think.
If Helga Pataki is the final boss in the show, this would work. That makes so much sense.
We have so buried the lead here. Welcome to the big red button. If it's your first time here,
we pushed it.
We are constantly pushing the big red button of chaos. Tonight, Dallas, what do you have up your sleeve for the three of us stragglers?
What fresh hell is this?
I can't tell you what's to come, but I can tell you what has hints passed for you three stragglers. And the three stragglers we do have is the straggler of Christmas past, Jake Winger.
Yes, the Christmas past. If you don't get your shit together, I will kill you. I'm Jake
also
Winger.
Violent ghost of Christmas past.
I was stuck in a big old underground container where everything was kind of stuck in the past, so this makes sense. I don't know anything about the present or the future.
This is very true.
That's me.
We have our robot who's possessed by the ghost of Christmas present, Gotfree.
Yes, it's nothing but feast and debauchery ever since I got out of my vault. It's jolly good. Yes, eat, drink, and be merry. I can't even get a good synthetic 5W30 around here.
He tailed off there at the end, and I'm just going to go with it. Like, sure.
It's the ghost. It's the ghost in the machine. And then we have the ghost of Christmas 200 years in the future, Houston McKinley.
Look, I knew Charles Dickens way back in the day, and I can tell you this whole story.
You did not.
This whole story
Let him have it.
was a psychedelic mushroom trip. There were no ghosts. Besides, I always sympathize with that Ebenezer Scrooge. He had it right. You're only in it for yourself, and money is the best.
And the big turkey at the end. You get a big turkey, I think. That's how that works.
No, he spent too much money on that turkey. You should have fired that Bob Cratchit.
Ooh, don't think we've learned the right lesson from there.
Wow.
In this version, he just gets robots to do all of his work for him, and he got rid of all of his employees. And then
Exactly. Like the dystopian hellscape that may or may not be reality that we live in.
The only Tiny Tim I need is a microprocessor named Tim.
Now you guys are going to come upon like a half-crippled Robotron later.
Wait
Who's
a second,
to
we've got
say?
Klazinski. The three of us are the ghosts of Christmas from... Oh, no.
Are you just putting the Rankin Bass specials in the Fallout universe?
I have one trick. And it's only Christmas tropes. That's all.
We meet some drunkard with a very red schnoz, and his name is Rudy, you know, like...
Hold on, I'm going to have to scratch that out of this. Whoops. But, you guys, ghosts or not, you guys are not ghosts. You survived this long in the wasteland apocalypse.
If only I was a ghost, I feel like I would feel less pain.
But you are beautiful, and beauty is pain, so you're doing great.
There you go. But the last time you guys were together was in a cave of sorts.
Yes.
With Mr. Klaczynski, and you guys had calmed Jake down. He is no longer under the influence of psychedelic mushrooms.
Yeah, I feel much better.
I feel like there
now.
was some healing, some growing, some excreting. Who's to say? I'm not sure what happens with these mushrooms. But you learned a lot after this about one of your beloved friends.
Yes.
Crazy Carl.
Yeah, we've been going to bat for Carl here for a long while. Like putting our lives on the line here we got to protect Carl. And it turns out that Carl has been kind of the author of all of our misery. Not feeling this.
You never know who your friends are in the wasteland. But Mr.
He's the
Crazy
Blofeld
Carl
to our bond.
turned out to be Carlos Mendoza, who was the head of security in Vault 57, and he ran off with Phyllis, who was a robot in the vault, and stole information that the scientists had been researching, and Klaczynski no longer has it, and it was very important to him. And he also, you also learned that Carlos may had been in communication with other people when he left the vault. So that's where we're at. You guys talked to Mr. Klaczynski. He's gone to potentially requisition some
sled.
things for the fight ahead.
Oh, no.
Maybe a sled.
Spoilers.
A fighting sled.
Great.
An M1 Abrams sled.
It's an atomic sled.
We're going to be some sort of explosive on it, isn't it?
That does your sleds not have explosives?
And then we also learned about some kind of lighting system that the boys use in the treetops.
They do. They put very discreet lights in trees to signal where they are if they ever are separated.
Very, very tall pines. Very tall pines.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but at night, red lights generally don't give away your position as well unless you're actually looking for them. So they usually go for kind of a red or a green light just to keep it tactical.
You don't say.
Yeah. I told you, one trick pony here. That's it.
What about the giant star on the top? Is that normal, or do they think that just blends in?
There's not a giant star. That's ridiculous. Who would do that?
That would be ridiculous.
Nobody does that. That's not a thing. But you guys made a deal with Klaczynski that you guys would go link up with the super mutants that went to go protect Crazy Carl, because they could be in grave danger, because Carlos Mendoza is very dangerous because he was head of security. He was trained to fight, and he is very dangerous on his own. So dangerous that Klaczynski did not trust him with 3 super mutants. So you guys are supposed to be trying to link up with them in Dustridge if they're even there, to figure out maybe what has happened. And if they are, then you guys are going to go north to Harrison and link up with Mr. Klaczynski. If you make it that far. If you don't die on the way.
So, to break the fourth wall here for a second, this being our very first ever D&D campaign, I'm terrified of dying. like in the Choose Your Own Adventure, it was like, oh, if I die, I reset. Here it's like, I don't want to screw up. So do we have any, like, what's our status with luck points? I want everything in our favor as much as possible as we go in.
We can always
what's our status on our personas here heading into this battle?
and our game master can come up with the Fallout afterlife, and we can find our way back. It's never the end.
You guys have to kind of walk around and possess a new one. You can only possess robots after this, and that's all.
No,
so
I give no one permission. Consider this robot off limits.
I am totally haunting Gotfree. I am totally possessing Godfrey's body.
Oh, Godfrey's got a lot of stuff in his storage. If you guys remember, he has packed a lot of things in there that you may or may not know what they are.
Hey, Gotfree, can we do a little inventory check? See what's in there for a second.
It's none of your concern. It's well protected.
That is something that's highly offensive.
Excuse me.
They find that, Mr. Handies are very private about what's inside their dome. It's almost like a religious kind of thing.
Oh,
so
Gotfree, will you show me your dome?
Yikes.
What was that an impression? It wasn't very good, if that's what you were going for.
What are you doing? Like 2 a.m. text to Gotfree. Show me your dome.
Fine, but yes, Game Master. Please give us our options. Tell us our
Absolutely. So, because you guys are new, I feel like you guys have been fairly conservative with your resources, which is a great thing to do. Whenever I play Fallout, I never use anything outside of stim packs, so I have like thousands of different types of food and garbage and other paraphernalia, because I'm like, well, this might come in handy someday, and I never use it. Ever.
Oh, wait, so you're telling me the 3 categories of things that you collect are food, garbage, and other?
Oh, you mean in the game? That was in real life. In the game, I collect lots of other things.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for clarifying.
Rad roach meat, all kinds.
Yep, just one of my first D&D campaigns. I slayed a dragon and took his head as a trophy. And I tried to use it like 5 weeks later, and the game master completely forgot that I had it and had to come up with something on the fly.
And it magically decayed in your pocket. Oh, bummer.
What did he tie?
It fell through the hole in your pajama pants onto Santa's sleigh, the first gift of Christmas, Polar Express style.
DJ, if you're listening, you're welcome.
Wait, did he tie it to your neck like a dog to keep you from killing another one, like they do with chickens?
No, the killing the dragon was a pretty epic move.
I really want, hold on. That's the most country thing possible.
I just want redneck Gotfree.
Gotfree is also well versed in Appalachian lore.
Did you tie a chicken head to the dog? That way it would stop from killing another dog, another chicken.
And just like Appalachia Gotfree.
And after you killed the dragon, did they shove your nose in his excrement?
I'm not a Mr. Handy. Mr. Handy was my father, my pappy, Mr. Handy. Just call me Gotfree.
I would like to see a Mr. Handy playing banjo at some point.
I'm rather proficient. Most people don't know that.
Wait, Gotfree, can you give us a demonstration? Goes over to a random piece of
do you have a banjo? No, I
goes over to a car scrap and grabs a
one moment, please. And I'm yanking fencing wire off the front, and I go over and I find an old whale.
But he's playing Beethoven.
And I've cinched it together.
Fine, here's my makeshift banjo that I happen to be able to construct on the spot. Was that all right?
Well, that was more like a bass guitar than a banjo, but I guess it'll do. That was good.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling the vibes for the other way.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
So, did we just start a side quest where you're going to try to craft an instrument, but it also becomes a weapon that you use sometimes?
Now, yes.
So instead of like an electric guitar that we call it an axe, you make a real axe, but it's a banjo.
I thought you were going to say the side quest was that we were going to go fight the devil down in Georgia, but hey,
I have to save something for the next time. But I have to figure out how to make that Christmas.
So we're in Dustridge. We are trying to track down. Damn it, man! We're trying to track down the other super mutants who are in the area that we already sent down here to
We've already
protect
made it back
Carl.
down to. We've made it back down to Dustridge.
We're almost there. We're almost there, buddy.
We're almost there. Why are we continuing to wait? Hold up, Dallas. What? I mean, Game Master. I mean, Overseer.
that.
I mean, all sovereign controller of everything in this world. What are our statistics? What are our luck points? Please explain our options before we dive headfirst into misery.
Musical prowess. You guys have something called
which
action
I have a lot.
points. Action points. Or AP. You can have a maximum as a group because this is a shared pool of points. You can
I will
have
be sharing a pool. Pool of points. All right, sorry.
So this pool of points is you have 8 of, and you can use these action points to do certain things, but you do have to burn these points to make these things happen. So according to the sacred texts, you can buy for one, varying prices, but for one action point, you can buy an extra D20. So if you automatically get 2, right?
Okay.
Because it's a 2 D20. So if you need a third or a fourth, so the first one costs 1, the second one costs 2, and you can do that and burn a maximum of 6 points in dice. Which something that you guys haven't had to do yet because things haven't gotten this hard is certain tasks that you may try to attempt are more risky. So they actually need more dice in order to have success. So picking a lock is like a level 1 standard. You just need 1 good roll. And you get 2, right? You get 2 chances automatically. If it's a level 2 difficulty, so maybe you're trying to jump over a fairly precarious hole in the ground, you would need 2 successes at the same time. And so in order to increase your odds, you may need more dice. But if you're trying to maybe shoot a raider who is holding one of you hostage, you may need 3 or 4 dice. So you would have to burn AP points in order to even have enough dice to do that risky maneuver.
I keep wondering if these are some sort of like psychological slips. Like, am I going to have to pick a lock? Are we going to have to jump chasms? Is a raider going to be holding?
That is all you're going to do this game.
Pick locks, jump chasms, and rescue Master Winger from his captivity, because it obviously will not be me.
Obviously, we have to rescue the princess.
Oh, hey, hold on, and I pop my hatch. Here, Master Winger, apply this burn salve. Right on the wound.
It's every time against me, you know. And honestly,
you've got lots of burns.
I get it.
Lots of ointments.
All right, thank you.
So you can also burn AP points during combat. You can burn 1 to take an extra minor action. So like reloading, moving something around, doing a thing. Or you can burn 2 action points and take another major action. So you could attack twice or do some sort of major thing.
That was my nickname in robot school.
Major action.
Major action.
And if you're using some sort of like melee weapon or you're throwing something, you can use action points up to 3 to have more damage dice. So you can do extra damage. So if you're using a baseball bat or a rolling pin or a banjo, you could hit them up to 3 extra times by burning action points. You also have individually, based on your luck score, which you guys have your character sheets, and you can also look at those in the world. You have, as part of your special your specialness. You have luck points. You start out with however many you put in at the beginning, and you burn those as we play as well. And so,
are they ever regenerated, or is it
after a milestone that the game master decides upon, those will regenerate? So let's say after a season.
Oh dear, he's referring to himself in the third person again.
You guys have been fairly conservative. The only person that has used those is Gotfree has used one.
Okay.
So
I think I've used a luck point early.
You probably did, so we'll change that to 4. Thank you for your honesty. I took that away from you.
I don't know. I think I definitely used one, so.
You probably after the mushrooms.
That's what it was. He just dropped one. He had it in his hand and he dropped it.
Okay. All right.
So those you can add a details to a scene. You can use your luck. It's called stacked deck. You can use your luck score instead of one of your other attribute scores. So if your luck score is high and you're trying to do something that you're garbage at, you can use that score. Or you can re-roll. So if you screw something up really bad, you can re-roll and burn a luck point.
And dear listeners, what you're about to realize is that Dallas is getting into the weeds on the rules right here, because that's his nice way of saying you guys are screwed.
Yeah,
that's really what's happening right now.
Laying there dying, you have options. So
you could have used your luck points, you dummies. Oh, thank you, so helpful as I'm bleeding out onto the concrete.
What if I use
Dustridge?
the luck points as I'm bleeding out in the concrete? Does that help?
You can pour out the luck points into the wound, and it's like a honey salve.
It's like Phoenix tears.
Yeah.
Or so I've heard, something like that. All right, so
Pohenix.
Thank you, Pohenix. Yes, we have established this little bit of law that is governing our movements. Now, remind me, which of our giant brethren went to Crazy Carl?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the chums, the brothers that were not with you were Sloppy, Snorty, and Stompy.
Okay, good. Jeremy's safe.
Yes.
Well, he's with
Jeremy
us.
was with you. Grumbly was with you. Honkin was with you. And Munchie.
Really, the only ones that we care about are with us. So,
wow.
I would like
is upset if he.
I would like to talk to Jeremy.
Okay. Okay.
Jeremy, dear sir, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can ask question.
Oh, thank you so much for your permission.
It's been so long since we've talked to Jeremy. This is refreshing.
Yes, me miss you.
This luminance network of communication that's currently in the trees, how far to Dustridge does it extend?
Depend on line of sight, depend on where secret tree may be. But we do this all time. We see when no one else see.
You see where no one else see. Have you been trained in any sort of fashion to be looking out for these lights?
Always.
Always looking out for the lights. So they're Snorty, Sloppy, and Stompy would be just periodically glancing over their shoulder, checking for incoming messages.
Yes. Standard operating procedure.
Oh, perfect. We have to. Is the luminance communication? Is it functioning currently?
Oh yes.
It is functioning. All right. So when I was working in the high security vault, there was a woman who I later found out was a type 2 schizophrenic, but she was constantly afraid that she left the stove on in her house, and she would walk into the vault and then be like, oh no, I left the stove on, and she'd go scurrying off. And I had thought that was just some sort of excuse to get out of a situation, because I started a conversation with her, and she became agitated and a bit sweaty. I don't know. I think
Gotfree, where are you going with this?
I think I'm rather pleasant to talk to. But is there a way? Sloppy sounds like he might be a bit accident prone. Is there a way to maybe send him a message that he left the stove on? To give him cover in order to leave Carl.
Wait, so you want to give him a lie that way he can head home?
Well, he would think it's true. We would know it's a lie, but he sloppy. Is that? I mean, I don't want to be derivative with his name, but does that mean that he's a bit accident-prone or he's messy?
Not to break the fourth wall here, but this feels like something that has actually happened in your real life.
Yes, I told you about it when I was in the vault. The lady had schizophrenia. Follow along, please.
Okay, so you're asking if we can send a signal to Sloppy to say, go home and check on the oven, or you left the water in the bathtub running. That way he can get away from Carl, who is actually Carlos Mendoza, a terrifying criminal, and escape. Is this right?
Would leaving the oven on be enough to get all three of them away?
It would have to be a really big oven.
So me stop you there. First question, Sloppy name because he like eat slop and Sloppy Joseph sandwich. Also, so lights, they work a very specific way. When you make light, you only see that light if could see light where other person was. So we need see if we can see light at Dustridge, see if safe. If no safe, we make light for if they come back. If not dead.
All right. But this is not like a network of lights where one is lit and then another is lit and then another is lit and then I go running into camp going, the beacons are lit, the beacons are lit, Sloppy calls for aid.
No, only light where at or to leave message a long way.
Blast.
We need sneak close to Dustridge.
I laughed, but I forgot I still had my voice thing on.
Yeah.
So there was no subtle way for me to laugh without it sounding. Yeah.
All right. So what I understand is it's either lights are on, lights are off, and it just means be on high alert or don't be on high alert. That's basically, it's ones or zeros. I mean, Gotfree, you'd understand that. It's very binary here. Ones or zeros.
Well, yes.
Light on, light off. And if the lights are on in Dustridge, or we're lighting the light for Dustridge, then they should be concerned, but it doesn't mean bail necessarily, right?
Yes. If see light in Dustridge means safe. Light go off if not touched in long time.
Oh.
So if dead or gone, light be gone. So if we sneak to outskirt of Dustridge, maybe light, maybe no.
Oh, so if there is light, it means that someone is tending to the light.
Yes.
And that it's safe. And if the light has gone out, it means that you all haven't been tending to the light from the tree.
No. So if we approach Dustridge and the light is not on, that's an ominous sign.
You know, if safe, if one if by land, two if you cross eyes, then see two. that saying.
But what if every light in the house is on?
Then fire and run.
How far out from Dustridge are we right now?
Just over hill, then we close to Dustridge.
Okay, am I able to see if there's a light by looking, or is it only a skill that a super mutant has?
Skilled super mutant, or if you pretty good at seeing, maybe surviving.
Can I give a try to see if we can spot the lights? And if not, I mean, I'm sure someone else in our party has very good low light visibility with sensors and whatnot. But that's just, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. But I would love to try and see.
You can try. Maybe crawl on belly to top of hill and let us know if safe.
I drop to the ground right here on the pavement, and I just start crawl one arm over the next, and all right, guys, I'm gonna go crawl up the hill.
Little peanut, you can walk most way, big hill.
Oh.
That long time on belly.
You're right.
Maybe walk out, but not necessary.
Okay, yeah. So, all right. So
little peanut.
I start walking up the hill. Okay, I can almost see over the top of the hill, guys. I get really low, and I crest over the top of the hill.
Are we getting our first roll of the evening?
First roll. All right, so I crawl.
Jacob Winger.
Ooh, I'm a Jacob now? I always thought I was just like a Jake. Only
I was
Jake.
using the formal instead of Jake.
Oh, I understand.
Jacopolis.
Yes.
Wingness.
So I'm going to need you to, we will call this one a perception and a survival.
Okay, so in perception I have 5, and in survival I have 3. So I need an 8.
This is going to be difficulty 2 task.
Oh. So I need to win both rolls here.
Yes. Or you could spend AP points to ensure that you
like
buffer.
it's a trick.
I cannot
Here we
decide how the dice will roll.
Here we go. I'm rolling a 14.
And what did you need?
I needed an 8. I got 1 8 right there. So I got maybe if I squint, I can. Yeah, that might just be a floater.
So you squint, you maybe a floater, and we cannot trust a floater.
All right, so I'm gonna yell down the hill to Gotfree. Gotfree,
you're gonna yell? You crawled all the way up the hill. No, I'll just let you.
Idiot!
We're like several miles away, are we not? Or is it just like right on the?
Well,
other
I mean,
side?
you did get on your belly to ensure nobody saw you for you to yell.
All right. So I very loudly whisper yell.
Gotfree! Gotfree! What? Fine, I have got to do everything.
And I gesture. I rolled over. I'm on the ground still, and so I just kind of tuck and roll over onto my back, but I'm like held in like a dead bug a little bit. I do this little like get up here, get up.
So how does Godfrey sneak?
He just toddles real close to the ground. And then
excuse
does he turn like his thruster off and just like ting 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 with his arms?
Why don't you make me roll for it, sir?
Oh.
Do you want to roll sneak? Let's do a sneak roll.
Ooh, all right. Well,
So you have a 5 in sneak.
So what does that mean?
You just gotta get sneakily up the hill.
You gotta get sneakily up the hill. So your sneak is a 5, and we will use your agility, which is a 7. So you're a very sneaky robot, which I should have done before, and made Mr. Winger roll his because he has an agility of 5 and a sneak of 0.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have. He would have broken ankle on the way up there.
That's why I yelled down the hill. That's why I yelled down the hill.
You yelled down the hill like a moron while we're sneaking.
Gotfree, get up here. Get up here.
Oh, I rolled 4. But this is a double difficulty, correctly?
No, this one's not a double. No, this one's not a double.
Oh,
when
thank
he
goodness.
tries to go see.
Perception was double difficulty.
But wait,
Sneak.
it is a 2d20, and
fine.
we know the rules. Mean you have to
still
roll.
have to roll another one. So if you roll a 1, you would have gotten an action point, but you're at full capacity. But if you roll a 20, who knows what might fall off of your clunky body.
Well, let's roll another one for gears and pistons. Why not?
Gears and pistons. Oh, wow! That's...
What were you saying?
I would like to use one of our action points.
Why? Oh, just
so I can get another one. Blast!
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a natural 1. I'm not bragging,
He did.
but I'm not bragging.
Wait a second. Do you all hear that? Dun, 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 dun.
That doesn't exist in this timeline.
Is he rolling?
He popped a compartment out and he stuck his arms in it and got oil on them and oiled himself up so that he made
like
0 sound.
And he runs very iconically.
Yeah. So you just heard a That's it. And yeah, he is also now slightly camouflaged because of the oil and the junk that he rolled through.
And for some reason, as a Scientologist now, it just...
Master Winger, blend into the trees.
He ran so fast. He can fly airplanes. It's amazing what the church did for him.
He's very camouflaged. Like he rolled all the way up to Jake, and Jake didn't know that he was beside him.
So I'm just laying there in the grass.
Ah, shit! What did you want?
I need a new heart now that you give me a heart attack. Very slowly. Look over at Dustridge now. No. Stay put. Don't go over the hill. Stay. But look over the hill. Use your fancy camera sensors to see if you can see in the dark to pick up on the lights that the super mutants did.
Yes. Go Gadget eye stalk.
And remember, one of your eye stalks is an old-timey camera because it got blasted off at some point.
Well, yes, but have you seen the aperture on that sensor?
It's true.
Same joke every time, and it doesn't get old. Quit showing people your apertures and use your apertures to try and see a light bulb.
Are you guys okay up there? Do you need to take off the lens cap?
No, do not encourage this.
All right, I'm looking for the light.
Yes, so I'm going to need you to roll. And we're looking for a perception plus survival.
He rolled a 1! He rolled a 1!
So you have to roll 2 because this is a very hard...
He sees so much. He transcends to the next dimension.
From here on out, Gotfree, please.
I didn't know if you could cheat with the dice on fantasy grounds, but here we are.
Excuse me, it was all skilled. I'm pretty sure I don't have to roll the second one if I get a natural 1.
Let me consult the ancient texts. 1 means bad now. Surprise.
Oh, sure it does.
Just kidding. You're right. Wow. I could have lied.
He doesn't have to roll
I could
again?
have just straight lied.
Done.
Yeah.
No,
Done.
I don't have to roll again. That's what we call a critical roll. Thank you very much. Trademark. Sorry. Don't sue us.
So we'll count that. So you, in your camouflage state, start whirring and zooming and purring. Yes.
A tag.
Jake?
That's the little red dots next to it, right?
Yes.
I have a tag sneak, but I have 0 points in it. So what would that be? If you roll a 1 or a 2, it counts as a critical success. Beautiful. Okay,
but you rolled a 14 and an 8, so we didn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
The irony of me not being able to see through my own glasses as I'm rolling perfect ones, and perception is not lost on me.
That was an 11. What?
Oh no, it was an 11.
So,
what do you all see up there?
He starts purring and whirring, and he, something cracks loose on this old camera, and he can really zoom in.
Oh, he ran out of
film. Is that steam coming out of your ears? Oh, did you see the mayor? You saw the mayor, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I forgot his infatuation with the mayor. We haven't seen in a long time.
Just horned up for the mayor in all the best ways.
But also maybe the jailer, we weren't real sure. We were not sure.
He gets around.
It's because
what
he's
do
so
I perceive?
stealthy.
Please, what do I perceive?
You perceive. I didn't know if you wanted to contribute to your aperturation. So you zoom in and you see glowing faintly, just the faintest glowing on and glowing off of a pulsing red light and a pulsing green light. In what you can clearly make out, nestled in a tree, kind of out of the way where nobody, unless you were really looking for it, unless you knew what you were looking for, you wouldn't even notice it. It's so faint.
Gotfree.
What?
What do you see?
The lights, Master Winger, and much like they are inside your brain, they're on, but no one's home.
Hey, Little Peter, tin man. What you see?
I think he sees the lights.
Can we please go down the hill before we're seen?
Oh, okay. So I start to...
Harkin! He says he see lights. They safe. I think we can go now. Let's pack up. I don't think we have to whisper anymore.
Wait, we don't have to whisper anymore?
Well, he was whispering, and he was letting them know that they may not have to anymore because he was whispering.
Oh, okay.
That was a whisper.
Yes. Their voice boxes are actually inverted, so the quieter they try to be, sometimes it's louder. They can't help it. And to bring it up is a huge cultural issue. They're very sensitive.
No, bring it up again. Won't bring it again. You don't touch my dome. I won't comment on your vocal cords. All right? Okay? We're clear? Everyone clear? Thank you.
I really want to know what's in that dome.
So, you guys gather up and pack up your stuff as you're kind of scampering about.
I very slowly make my way down the hill. Gotfree, how did you do this? I'm army crawling backwards, like slithering like a snake down the hill. It's a lot harder when it's foot first. I don't like it.
Jake.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, there were some stairs there by that hill that you could have just walked up this whole time.
I very slowly turn to my right, and there's like this very old, beat up concrete path from like maybe a park back in the before times. I just like sit up. What? Why didn't you tell me? I army crawled up the hill.
Yeah, and it was hilarious.
I could verify. It was very entertaining.
So I just stand up and I walk over to the stairs and I just grab the old rusted handrail and thanks a lot, guys.
Congratulations on your tetanus.
Oh, I got a shot for that. We're good.
It's a great game.
So you guys now have to make a decision. What do you guys want to do?
Well, the lights are on.
Yeah.
So
No one's home.
Yeah, but all right. I would like to ask a question that will require: can an action point reveal common knowledge for the entire group? Game Master.
No, you have to use luck points to add details to the scene.
Well, first of all, what is our objective here? Are we trying to retrieve the research that may or may not be buried inside of Phyllis? Are we trying to murder Carl and actually give Houston his desire? Are we going to turn him loose with the bat?
Well, the last we checked, we know that Phyllis has not been active since he left. Like, we know that he wanted us to get a fusion core for Phyllis.
For nefarious purposes.
Right. But Phyllis would be deactivated right now. And if she's the murderous robot that was in the vault back when he was Carlos, then maybe we have enough force that we could go, subdue Carl, and not be worried on our own.
How much of his bathtub hooch do you think he's consumed for fear of these cannibals?
Here's a follow-up question. He wouldn't know that we know anything about him.
We have the element of surprise.
Right.
He wouldn't know that we know that we know. He
knows. He doesn't know that we know that he knows that we know. I'm playing into friends here just for you, Cody. I hope you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate
you know that I know that you knew that we knew that they know. Okay.
I don't even know anything.
Is he having
anymore.
an aneurysm?
I was having a fourth wall
told me life was going to be this way.
Everyone huddle up. Stompy and Grumbly and everybody comes over.
I don't huddle, nor do I cuddle.
What's the plan?
Here's what I'm thinking, guys. And tell me if you think I'm crazy or than normal.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Than normal. Let me get there.
Sorry, Peanut.
We saw the trip.
Okay. That's out of the system. I've been thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
Let me finish. All right. Carl doesn't know that we know that he's Carlos. So what if we split up as we reach the outskirts of town? We know that it's safe enough because the beacon's lit. If we go in, act like everything's normal with Carl, and let Jeremy and Honkin and all of you all surround the building, then once we figure out if Carl is safe, we can signal to them with like a caw caw or something. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. That way they can charge in and save us if we need it. Otherwise, we may be able to get in there unscathed and subdue him. Maybe we spike his drink or something. What do you all think? Because Carlos doesn't know, or Carl doesn't know that we know he's Carlos. We're just coming back home.
This is true. Do we have anything in our what is the rough size of a fusion core?
About the size of a small loaf of bread.
Do we currently have anything in our inventory that is roughly that size or shape? Is there something that we could disguise as a fusion core? We bring it in, and to celebrate, we get Carl blackout drunk on his bath tube hooch. We don't have to subdue him through any sort of physical prowess. We just get him inebriated.
Wait a second. Do any of you all super mutants have a used fusion core? That way he could put it into Phyllis and be like, woohoo! But in reality, it's just a dead battery. So it wouldn't do anything for her.
So Jeremy is like checking his pockets, and he can't really find anything, so he turns to look at the other guys, and as he's looking around, he looks at Honkin, and Honkin, you didn't even know that they could blush, but he kind of blushes.
Honkin?
Honkin, what do with old fusion core?
Where did you put it?
I'm sorry, Jeremy. There was big dog came by and I got scared. Me throw old fusion core scared dog away.
Oh, Honkin.
Turn out not even real dog, but break old fusion core. Sorry, Honkin got scared.
Well, there's a flaw in the plan anyway, because if we approach with a fusion core, whether or not it works, the first thing Carl's going to want to do is to put it in Phyllis and wake her back up. And if we give him a busted one and he puts it in Phyllis and she doesn't wake back up, then there's no celebratory hooch to get him inebriated.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Me have idea.
I'm all ears, buddy.
Me and boys can't be seen by Carlos. Carlos know jig is up if see us.
Right.
Because we know Carlos. We hide. We make bird sound. Get other brothers to us. You distract Carlos.
Uh-huh.
We pounce like cat.
Wait. You knew Carlos before. Wouldn't Sloppy, Stompy, and Fidgety, whatever his name was, wouldn't they also know?
Yes, so either Carlos gone, or they kill Carlos, or hide from Carlos. They hear hiding, maybe.
Okay, so we have to hope that they're in hiding, or, I mean, it's very morbid, or that they've killed Crazy Carl. Los. All right, that's our path forward. We have to do this.
Okay, wait till you hear me make bird sound, then go to Carlos. You make bird sound, we pounce like cat.
Are we still getting Carl drunk?
If can, when make sound, pounce like cat.
Hey, talk through what you're doing with her.
Can you do it one more time?
Like this.
Just one more time.
Like this. Wah. Wah. Like cat. Wah.
So he's raising his hands and kind of like doing a pouncing like a kitten, not really like a big cat. But then he finds a rock and starts playing and kicking it around like on his side like a cat would do. And he's like really into it. Like it's making a lot of thumping sound because he's a big guy. And he's really into this cat thing.
Jeremy, Jeremy.
He's been into this so long, he forgot it was an audio medium.
Jeremy.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure you called those boops. You're booping it.
sorry.
Jeremy, I love you as your little peanut and all, but we have to get into town. So let's rock and roll.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I give Peanut little poop.
Oh, now his finger's the size of like an entire fist, and as he goes to touch my nose, it just like it like hits like a ton of bricks. Like, ow!
Yeah, and it's a little wet for no reason.
Oh my! I think my nose is bleeding now. You can't boop somebody like that, dude.
Sorry. Sorry, give you a little poop. Sorry to boop too hard.
Oh, my eyes are watering.
You're just so cute, little Peanut. You're just little kitty cat Peanut.
What he doesn't understand is that he's been basically punched in the face 5 times now.
Yeah. Pats me on top of the head with a force of like 10 school buses.
So like you guys turn around and then you turn back around and they're just gone. You didn't even hear them. They're just gone.
Where did they?
I always hated when they do that.
Ooh, I bet they rolled a 1 in stealth.
So that's what it feels like. Sorry, I was thinking of a different franchise.
So do I need to make a Batman type character, but he talks like that normally because he's a ghoul, but when he dresses up like Batman,
obviously named the Mauve Avenger.
He's like, my name is Bruce Wayne. And when he's Batman, he just talks normal like this.
Where are the other drugs going? I say, let's head in. They've started sneaking. I think the 3 of us just need to start like calling out for Carl. That way he thinks it's us still. Like we can't let on in any way that we know. Gotfree's like,
so I should call him Carlos.
No, like
no, I have.
There has been an arc of character growth over these past.
Okay. Like it was gonna be funny. All right, I'm gonna have to edit it now. I was just
don't call him Carol.
I think you leave it in
about
there.
That.
Leave the fourth wall broken. Okay, excuse me.
Right, yeah.
I am aware of my arc of character growth, and I will keep my yap shut. It's fine. All right, let's go.
So we start marching into town.
Well,
where are we in position?
Dallas narrates it.
Oh, yes.
So you guys start marching into town.
This is oddly familiar.
And trying not to act suspicious, but also you're trying not to sneak, because like you guys have been sneaking up to this point, so you're trying to shift gears.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Just money me.
And money, please. and doing exactly that.
Well, ruined that.
I want that to be how you guys came into town. Was saying that out loud, not pretending that happened. And you guys approach
that's how we did
fields
it.
in front of Carlos's house. Carl's
money,
house.
please.
Daddy. Here you go, my sweet angel. You've never done anything wrong a day in your life.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll a perception and survival.
Okay.
Perception and survival.
No.
All 3 of us.
Okay.
Wait, all 3 of us?
Yes, all 3 of you. Actually, not a survival. Let's see. Let's see. What do I want from you guys?
So we've made it through town. We passed the dusty bathtub.
Yeah, you guys are kind of headed through the fields.
We're not suspicious because we sang it.
Yeah, nobody knows that you guys are suspicious at all. So I want you guys to roll an agility and athletics check.
Okay.
Agility and what?
And athletics.
Athletics, oh dear. I have a 7 in agility. And a 2 in athletics, so I need to roll.
You are more agile and athletic than I.
I have 3 arms. What did you expect?
That makes sense. He rolled another freaking 1.
I'm done. I'm out. The episode's over.
How are you cheating right now, William? Teach me.
What? I'm not cheating. Like I said, there's been an arc of character growth. That's it.
He's
That
not actually
explains
rolling.
it.
He just keeps posting the same picture of a dice with a 1 on it, and now nobody's noticing. He
Dallas.
makes a rolling sound and just posts a picture. He's like, and then he just clicks enter in the chat. And we're like, oh, he did it again.
Game master, money please for my natural 1.
So, I want everybody else to roll too.
Son of a...
What? I have a 2 in agility and a 2 in perception.
Or do
And I have a-
athletics.
Agility and athletics.
Yep.
Agility and athletics. I have a 1 in athletics.
Oh dear, it's even worse.
So you need to get a 3 or
I was a
below.
theater kid.
Oh, dear.
He is irradiated and has been alive for 200 years, so he gets a pass. Actually, he doesn't
Okay.
get a pass.
Oh, it hovered over the 1 for a split second.
It did.
13.
You get to roll it twice, and Gotfree still probably needs to roll again too.
I still
we
what?
already knew 1 is
No.
done.
No.
No, you still roll it just to see, because it
Oh,
may
for what?
change
Yes,
things.
for gears and pistons. Yes, please.
Uh-huh.
I got a 2 for my second roll.
Ooh.
You did. I don't see it. It doesn't count unless it's in the box.
Didn't happen in the...
Oh.
I'm going to trust him on that one.
Yeah, but I'm not. There we go.
And I
That's
have a
one of those
14.
over.
No.
All right.
14. Okay, I've got to do something good here. Here we go. Just grab this. Rolling a...
That launched.
1! I rolled a 1!
What in the world? Hey, dude, is there something wrong? I don't like this at
I failed my
all.
first
We're going
two.
to original D&D rules, and
An 11. An 11.
Dangnabbit.
See?
No, you're not
See?
converging the rules of the universe mid-roll. No,
So
thank you.
Houston failed, but he didn't do anything disastrous. And
hold on a second. We have to figure this
Secret
out.
option third roll, and I get an 18. Okay.
So you guys are walking through the
falls
field.
face first into a
And-
into a Brahmin patty.
I fall face first into a pair of scissors and just gouge my eyes out. Like,
You fall into a Brahmin patty, just like. Oh.
You're not wrong. So as you guys are walking, you hear a like cracking sound that Houston mistakes for one of his own joints just popping out of place as it does as a ghoul, and but you guys walking nimbly sees that cracking sound, and what it was is Houston stepping on a tripwire, and it causes a spiked kind of branch that was pulled over to swing out at Houston. But you guys were paying so close attention and were being so nimble that you yanked him out of the way just in time, as it just misses.
Duck! I tackle.
oh, sweet baby Ray, what is that?
Gotfree and I leap across and tackle him full tilt. Just. What did you step? Watch where you're going.
With all of the jerky references, is Sweet Baby Ray your like expletive of choice?
Watch where you're going, Houston. You about got yourself killed right there. What? Why is there a spiky tiger pit trap?
Do we need to? Wait, should we let Carl know that we're? Should we let Carl know that we're here? That way, if he has any other safeguards that he's put up since we've left the last time, he can deactivate them or help us navigate.
I don't know who I'm more scared of now, Carl or the cannibals that might be out here. I mean, this is just chaos. And watch it, Houston. You about died there.
How far are we from Carl's residence?
So you guys are now kind of in the middle of one of the razor grain fields that are by his house. Sorry, there were giant death tokens on the board and I don't know why. So
what?
You guys,
what?
I don't know where they came from. I just switched tabs and there they were. So you guys had skedaddled over here, and you are here. I'll skedaddle you guys. I'll do your skedaddling.
Thanks, Dad.
Skedaddle, daddle, daddle. Skedaddle, daddle, daddle. And so you guys are walking, and
all right. So we are in Carl's vicinity. Let's please signal to him so he doesn't accidentally. I will call out to him in the most amicable way that I can muster. Hello, Carl. Carl, it's me, Gotfree. We're back. The stragglers, 1, 2, and 3. Remember, we went on a fetch quest for you. Please deactivate any of your booby traps or things that might cause us bodily harm, please.
Did he say anything?
Nothing happens. You don't hear anything in return.
Well, Carl.
What?
Carl?
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Carl! Oh dear,
It's also very dark.
I would like to walk up to Carl's shack very carefully and kind of like he's got like a perimeter fence around the front, doesn't he?
He does. That's where he kept his
single
animals.
Brahmin.
Yeah. But that's also where Phyllis was in the corner of that.
Is Phyllis out here?
That little, I don't know, is she? I'm gonna need some rolls if you're doing sneaky things.
I would like to very calmly, because again, we're not trying to be suspicious. I want to walk up to the corner of the fence, right? Can I move myself?
Are you being sneaky? Yeah,
No.
you can move yourself.
I want to walk up.
You're being casual.
Yeah, casual. Like, hey.
Okay, that's not a roll. It's not.
Carl, are you home? And I don't see anything, so I just kind of gently push open the front fence gate.
Okay, so the front is on the north side.
So I just kind of walk around. Carl, hey, it's Jake, buddy.
Winger, Houston, come on.
Okay. And you don't hear anything, but the gate to that little fenced-in pen is open.
That's not like him.
I'm going to need you to roll for me.
Oh, no.
I'm going to need you to roll a perception.
5.
And we'll do survival.
Survival is 3, so I need an 8.
Perception, survival.
Here we go. 13.
That's not 8.
That is not 8, but it's a 2d20.
It is.
Oh no.
Boy. I need everybody to roll this one.
Perception and what?
Perception and survival.
19.
Yeah.
Ooh. He's still got Brahmin patty on his eyes. Wipe your face.
Oh.
And a 20.
A
Jack.
20.
What the Jack links?
I'll just tuck that one in for later.
Oh.
Lord Managua, help me.
A 19, William. Godfrey.
Oh,
A 4.
I needed a 9 or lower.
Or better, yeah. So, you guys, as you're casually walking up and peeking around, Houston steps on a very large stick and it cracks super loud.
And get mauled by a bear.
And as he steps on it and it makes a huge crack, it kind of flings up, similar to how the trap did, but this is just a stick in the ground, and it does hit Houston fairly hard in the face and causes him to lose one health point.
No,
in that
Lord.
Kind of very, stepping on a rake kind of deal here. So we're going to just take one. 1 HP from that, so you now have 13 when you did have 14. I am so sorry.
Well, that sucks.
But as you guys are casually walking up that way, Gotfree hears what sounds dead on. He's assuming that it may actually be a real bird. He hears a bird chirping in the distance.
And as we all know, that is in fact the word.
That is true.
What was that? Mustwing, was that the signal?
I didn't hear anything. Was like that whippoorwill thing?
Yes.
I don't know.
Jeremy didn't demonstrate what his bird sounded like before we split up.
He did? I wasn't paying any attention.
He did not.
Oh, okay, good. I wasn't paying attention, so if he had, I didn't hear it.
Here's a little lore fact. Birds aren't really a thing anymore in the wasteland, so hearing a bird
they are actually
would be a rare occurrence.
They are actually government drones.
Well, all right, time out.
Yeah.
What did
T.O.?
Jeremy say? He was going to make the bird noise when they were safely hidden?
Whenever he had found his brothers and they were together, like they had linked up.
Oh, he has the brothers.
And then you guys will signal with your own bird sound that they will then ambush.
When we have Carl.
Yeah, and like you guys are ready for him to come in, for them to come in.
I'm so nervous.
You heard the boys. Is that what you're saying?
I did.
I didn't hear it.
I did. Now that I am aware that there are no avian creatures left in this wasteland, the only explanation could have been that Jeremy has linked up with his brothers. We just have to find Carl.
That makes sense. Okay, well, Carl. Oh, wait. Should I be yelling for Carl?
You guys have been, I think, right?
I'm going to go ahead and step in to his courtyard here. Or is this his house?
That is like a little. That's where a barn attachment to his house.
What are you two doing? Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna. So, Gotfree starts walking in. I walk in behind him.
And there is a front entrance to his house as well.
I walk in through the little vestibule entryway, and it looks like an empty cot and a computer terminal.
What are you doing, Houston?
I'm trying to follow them.
I got you.
So we're in it looks like his bedroom, and he's got a terminal here and a cot and not much else.
Can I interface with the terminal?
You can. Do you guys want to kind of search the area, or do you want to search the terminal?
Well, I do now.
Or do you want to search the terminal?
I'm looking in all of the drawers.
Okay, so you want to do a roll for me?
Okay, sure.
Well, this one's going to be a perception and survival.
15.
Not the best.
And a 3.
Oh, you did it. So as Houston is scouring through the drawers and looking under the mattress, he does find a holotape that has your all's names on it.
What?
Guys?
It was in one of the drawers by the terminal.
I found something.
Is that a holotape?
Yeah, and look what's on it.
Oh no, that's us.
Well, it's to us. He loves us. Like, we're his besties in town. Duh. Game Master, does Gotfree have a built-in holotape player, or do we need to use the terminal to play this?
All terminals are equipped to play holotapes, and for those playing at home, holotapes are kind of cassette-shaped, but they play audio.
I also have a Pip-Boy, do I not?
You do also have a Pip-Boy that also can play holotapes, but they also can have computer programming in them.
Oh, all right. That's a good point. Because I've played Grognak the Barbarian on there and Invaders. What I don't want to have happen is he plants some kind of virus or something. Gotfree, can you inspect the terminal, because you're the best at interfacing with technology? Can you see if there's anything on there before we risk putting a mysterious holotape in there?
Yes, of course.
So I'm going to need a roll. I'm going to ask for you to give me an intelligence plus science.
I have 3 in science and a 7 in intelligence, so I need a 10. Better.
Which I rolled a 10.
A 10, yes.
Bare minimum requirements.
And another 10.
And a 10.
What? Nice.
You are average.
If I wore pants, it would be by the seat of them.
So what were you trying to do? I was looking at what skill I wanted you to use.
Can I coerce the coaxial cables to do my bidding?
You can. So you can log into this terminal. It doesn't look like it's password protected.
People.
Plus, you check it and you don't see any like traps or virusy kind of things in the terminal itself.
People. Beep, beep, beep.
Any information on there that we could use?
Beep, beep, boop.
There. It looks like it is wiped clean.
All right, so we're not going to risk destroying anything if we put this.
Right, exactly.
If we
And
put
it
the
was a
holotape.
virus.
Pass the holotape over here. Please and thank you.
So Houston, you have the holotape.
Yes, sorry.
Holotape,
I forgot who had it too. I was like, who had
Zoned
this?
out there for a second.
I slowly swivel
I'm still
every
recovering from
arm
the splat.
around to the front with an open palm.
Make a hand. Anyone.
Holotape, please.
I want to get a Ben Schwartz cameo on Cameo and just have him say that holotape, please. I bet he would do it for free, honestly.
Right, yeah.
Jake Winger is the worst.
Carlos Mendoza is the. I mean,
Bounce,
crazy Carl. All right, so we now have the holotape, putting it in the terminal.
So you put it in, and an audio file whirs to life, and you hear a voice that you have never heard before.
Hello, boys. It looks like you guys have found my tape, and it looks like you guys have stumbled upon my secret.
Why is he Russian?
His name is Carlos Mendoza.
Yeah, very famous Russian last
Very
name.
clearly
Mendoza.
Russian.
Obvious.
I was thinking Count from Transylvania, but you know, what do I know?
Hey, hombre. Like, maybe I would have given you that. Like,
Why would you assume a Mendoza 200 years in the future in a? Yeah, I can't. I will risk getting shut down.
Okay,
if we do that
well,
one.
do-
He's in the vault. Why are you guys assuming?
I have my finger firmly on the pause button. I'm like, are you two done?
And then I lift it off to here.
And there was a weird pause there for a while too, while you guys were bantering back and forth. Like he almost knew that you guys were going to do that. He just was waiting for you guys to clear the air.
Hello, boys. It looks like you guys have found the tape. And if you found the tape, it means that you probably know what's going on. And the up is the jig. You know who I am now. And you probably know that Phyllis is not what you probably thought Phyllis was. I had power core whole time.
You son of
You monster. Gasp.
But I needed you boys to get out of my hair. You're good boys. You took care of me, you took care of town, but you guys are also kind of stragglers. So I did not want you guys to get caught in crossfire and to interfere and intervene in my mission. I knew when you left, and I knew based on seeing the lights that the boys were on to me. So me and Phyllis have skedaddled away by the time you guys have found this. If there are not dead super mutants in front yard, then I have spared their lives and they had not seen me leave. Do not follow me. Do not try to figure out what I am going to do. It is for the greater good.
I want to know what he's doing.
That Klozinski was getting a little too close, and he was about to find out who I was in communication with in Vault. So boys, I will see you later. And you know what? I think I might keep this accent and use it again someday. It worked out pretty good, so boys, keep it classy now, y'all.
And then the tape ends.
A little tiny wisp of smoke just starts trailing up.
Wait.
Are you purring?
He's gonna pounce. He's gonna pounce like a cat.
No, I'm being
He's
kind.
rewinding. He's rewinding.
Done.
He's rewinding the tape.
He's being kind.
I was being kind.
Gotfree, I'm gonna need you to do a roll for me.
For what?
I'm going to need you.
Jeez, sassing the game master.
I know. You're gonna have to roll a 0. So go ahead for assassin the game master. I'm gonna need you to roll an intelligence and survival.
Well, I needed a 9. I got a 9.
That was anticlimactic that you rolled before you even asked. 9?
Yes, I was. He was good. I'm going to need an intelligence.
Wait a minute, he has a 7 in intelligence and he rolled a 9. Which one has 3?
I rolled 9.
What Gotfree did is what I would do in Fallout sometimes, where I would over-explore and get items beforehand, and somebody would be like, I need this thing, and I'd be like, well, it just so happens that I already had it in my pocket the whole time. And he's like, okay, you completed the quest. So he got a 9. There was a wisp of smoke that started to come out of the holotape deck, but Gotfree's deft pincers, he didn't really have fingers, was able to run some code super fast and halted the self-destruct sequence on Did you sassily move a like a pincer hand?
No, that was the cat tail.
I didn't know you guys could see that. I thought you were being sassy Gotfree then. So for those of you listening, my cat walked across the front of my computer and just the tail, and I just saw everybody like waggling their hands unprompted.
It's gonna be a great video, but it won't be.
I thought they were being sassy Gotfree. That was very wrong. So get the shark back in the water. No more jumping sharks. So you checkity the computer and stopped the self-destruct sequence on the holotape, and you were able to glimpse very quickly a map before it degraded, and it looked like somewhere south of Michigan there was a point pinpointed on this green map, maybe a few states away, but it was definitely south and maybe a little to the east of where you guys are. How far south and east, you're not sure.
It looked like maybe a mountain range or something.
Who's to say?
And the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
Yes, on your left nipple. For those of you playing at home, Alex is wearing a shirt of the United States.
That is my left nipple.
I know. There it is.
That is my left.
He's not even wearing a shirt, guys. It's tattooed onto his chest.
No, his left nipple is shaped like Kentucky.
It is. There's nothing else there. So you guys, you saw a glimpse of this map, and there was a pinpoint somewhere to the south and east. Who knows how far? Who knows if...
Take me home,
Gotfree at some
country
point could
road.
process what he saw and triangulate maybe a little closer. Who knows? But that may be information that you would want to share at some point. Who knows?
So we've seen this map. We now know that Carl has been aware that we were unaware that, and now we are aware the whole time. And he's skipped town. The boys are safe. I think we need to call them in and then we can, I guess, head to Harrison at this point.
Also, before the screen went completely blank, 4 numbers flashed on the screen.
Okay.
16, 42, 7, 12.
16, 42, 7, 12. 16, 42, 7, 12. This feels like the code to a hatch on an island after a plane crash, but I just can't, like...
You know, if you guys ever get lost, who knows what'll happen?
Who knows?
So what happened on July 12th, 1642?
Columbus sailed the ocean blue, of course.
And how far back in my memory logs do I keep record of what I've seen visually?
If you are recording, you have like play by play, moment by moment, you can scrub back and forth. But if you were not in recording mode, it would be just like general memory. Most of it, some things may not be as clear as you would like. It would really depend on how lucky you got.
I would like to spend a luck point.
Okay.
And I would like to recall every single detail about that map that I have witnessed, that I can reproduce it with pinpoint accuracy.
Okay, so you can do that, but it is going to take your processor some time to kind of wheel that up. So
all right,
you can do that. Your processor can do that, but it is going to take some time. So that's going to have to be like a background process that runs.
That's perfectly fair. Now, is this going to impede my ability to do any of my other executive functioning while that bit of my processor is tied up doing that? All right. Perfect.
Just running in the background, and the more other, like, if it is in the background, you're not focusing on that, it will take a little bit longer. So if there are any lulls or anything, you could spool it up faster, but you cannot perceive as well if you're going to be doing that. And for anybody that's wondering, I made all of that up.
I love that.
Oh,
that's the best way to do it. So he will have it in time.
Yes, I will be able to reproduce that map in due course, but alas, I cannot in this moment.
Right, so what are you guys wanting to do next?
Well, I think what we need to do is we need to go use our signal to summon the boys and then head to Harrison. What do you guys say?
Fine. I'll go do it. I'll signal the birds. The boys. I'm the only one here who's actually seen a bird. So.
All right, let's lay it on me, please.
Hi, I'm a bird. Say hi to your mother for me.
No, that's not what a bird. Okay, it's more like
you know?
It's more like a. No, that's a Brahmin. I haven't seen a bird. It's like a. No, that.
Your reference comes from a movie with puppets. So. You can't trust everything you see on the view screens.
That's close, right?
You imbeciles.
No, that's cheating. That's cheating. It's more like.
No, it's not cheating.
I know
this. It's perfect recreation because it's an audio fact. Anyways, look.
So as you guys are arguing, the ground starts to shake, and you look around, and it looks like.
Oh, is that Jeremy?
The trash pile that was by your all's workshop has come to life and is moving towards you. And as it gets closer, you realize that it is all 7 of the super mutants in full tilt running your direction, and they look like they're in a panic. Like, this does not look like what a surprise attack would be, and they run past Gotfree, and one of them picks up Houston, one of them picks up Jake, and they start kind of patting around and start what looks like a crude Heimlich maneuver on both of them. And they're in a panic, and they're looking around.
Put me down. Put me down.
Put me down.
I believe you just...
Little jerky man, are you okay? It sounded like maybe you were choking. Sounded like maybe you were shot in throat. We panicked, scared. Maybe Carlos attacked early, not able to get bird sound out. So we panic. Are you okay?
Put me down. Quit squeezing me like that.
Jeremy tries to pull your mouth open with his giant wet fingers.
Jeremy, it was a
Honkin
joke.
is doing the same to Houston, and you can hear Houston's jaw pop.
Honkin, that was a joke.
Sweep it out,
Get
Jeremy.
your
Sweep
fingers
it
out of my mouth.
There's obviously something lodged in there.
I don't see what wrong. You okay? You sound choking. You sound hurt. Carlos here? Was Carlos here? Where Phyllis?
They unfortunately have skedoodled. They're not here. I regret to inform you. We did find a map and some sort of code on his terminal in his establishment, but he has left.
Maybe we bring that to Klaczynski. Maybe he know what to do. But we need to now go north to see Klaczynski. Least brother's safe. Least little peanut, little tin man, little jerky man safe.
I was safer without your fingers down my throat, but here we are.
I like how I'm their favorite author. Now I'm just little jerky man.
Also, you not have to bite so hard. Now we have boo-boo.
And there's tears. Tears are in Jeremy's eyes. He looks not only physically hurt, but a little emotionally hurt as well.
I didn't bite. Did you bite, Houston?
No.
I mean, he did have his fingers all the way in your mouth.
I mean, might have been an involuntary reflex.
So as you guys are kind of gathering yourself together, you hear a rumble in the distance, a mechanical sound. And you look up, and it looks like a Vertibird way off into the distance, heading north. But on the bottom of it is a red and green light that you can barely make out from where you guys are. And as it's flying, one of the rotors kind of bounces and a little smoke comes out of it, and something sounds like maybe it had broken off inside of the housing of where the jets kind of push out the bottom, and it's making a rattling, jingling sound as it passes, kind of going from east to northwest towards Harrison. And so the boys let you know
that Klaczynski Vertibird he steal from Brotherhood of Steel. He sometimes use it get around fast when time is of essence.
Yeah, and he has to deliver presents to all the children of the world.
That myth, that sometimes not true.
Sometimes.
I'm sorry, this all just...
Did you just realize that it was sleigh bells? Did you just realize? For once, I'm not the slow one.
Oh no! Do we need to check on this Vertibird? It doesn't appear to be functioning appropriately. No, it's just something's broken. It's jingling. Dear.
I said rattling, then I said jingling. Who's to say?
Oh, gosh.
And so the brothers, they all kind of get up in a hustle because their leader, their overseer, is going to be getting to the town well before you guys. And there are still cannibals out there that follow the cult of the Wendigo.
Have we... I want to take 30 seconds right now. I'm going to take exactly 30 seconds. So we initially leave town to find cannibals. We go to then run into the Brotherhood of Steel. They tell us about a robot that can rip our heads off, and we could send them back to them. We then wind up finding said robot. That robot bails on us, turns out to be a roaring bitch, gets us in touch with a Santa Claus inspired super mutant.
That was 30 seconds.
And
that was
we're
30
here.
Time's up. Yep, time's
And we're
up.
here. That was it. That's it. That's all we've done.
You also
all of our friends have betrayed us. Jeremy, are you going to betray us?
Jeremy would never.
Jeremy, I swear to the atom, if you betray us, Jeremy, I won't do anything because you're much bigger than me, but I'm going to be very hurt. Okay? Do not betray me, Jeremy.
Crossheart, I given you sacred boop.
Ow. Okay. You know what? My eyes are watering
all three
again.
of you on the nose, and where he would assume a robot's nose would be, he just boops kind of the middle of your dome, in between your eyes.
Jeremy, please.
I just want to know what's in that dome.
My eyes are watering again. It's so firm on my nose.
You guys
all right.
like family now.
I thought it tickled.
Because you help us, we help you. We in it for a long time, hopefully. Unless Cannibal eat you, and then we... Not long time, short time.
This is going to be such a wild episode to edit.
I know. We're getting our feet wet again. It's all right. So that is the end of this episode. You guys, the stragglers and the brothers, heading north in the dark on a long and dusty road, heading out to see what's going on. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the town that you're headed to, you have an ally that was there. Yeah.
You do, Robert Short.
So maybe we'll find out if what's going on with Robert? Is he still
I miss Robert.
Hanging out in the library? What's he up to these days?
Having fun isn't hard.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens on the next episode of The Big Red Button.
Well, if you've made it this far, we're so glad you've been along for this wild ride. The Big Red Button is a production of the Grapefruit Network. We have a couple sister shows. We have A Doctor and a Lawyer Walk Into a Bar. That is our pop culture chat show. And we have Potter Plus, which is our Harry Potter deep dive.
Harry Potter deep dive, indeed. Yes, as of the release of this episode, probably I've had some really fun interviews. Dallas came on the show. We talked fandoms jumping to the small screen, and then I had a fan fiction author come on and talk about playing in that sandbox and expanded upon stories and how that can. But yeah,
and not to date ourselves, but by the time that this comes out, we should be rolling out with our March Madness coming back to Doctor and Lawyer. So if you like the four of us, sport in different ways, we are doing our March Movie Madness bracket again, where we have a round of 32, round of 16, down to the Elite 8, Final 4, and championship of our favorite movies. This year's bracket is beep, and I'm blurring that out because you need to go discover for yourself on the rest of the Grapefruit Network. So with that, this has been Big Red Button. I have been your slightly less gaslit friend, Jake.
I just want to know what's in that dome.
I have not been suspicious.
And I have been Carlos Mendoza, and
also your overseer.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.